Okay, hello and welcome to what I'm sure a lot of you can gather from the title and whatever I've put on my Instagram story or whatever. The kind of gist of the video. Gonna be going through my top 100 songs of the year. Number 100, it's right there. Justin Bieber, Hold On. I don't like Justin Bieber and I don't really like the song, but it's so goddamn catchy that I couldn't stop listening to it. Also, I'm just gonna have sessions running in the background, so there is kind of some background noise. I think my dad's on the phone as well, so I don't want that to pick up on the mic in the background. So just run some sessions because it's free use, and what more is better than sessions free use? It sounds pretty good as well. I've also hidden I can't hide the pictures, but I can hide the names and what you're listening to on the side, so no one's getting doxed besides the image, but could be anyone's image, I guess. Okay, and we're just gonna go through. Hold On, Justin Bieber is number 100. Not a big fan of the song, but it is so catchy, so I had to put it on here. Next we have Numbers by Weezer. Again, not my favorite Weezer song by any stretch, but I have to admit that the album is pretty good, and this is definitely the song I've listened to the most off the album, so it kind of wound up being my 99. Speed this up a little bit. Far Away by Sperm. It's kind of like a drum and bass trance, cut or like house music or something. It's kind of like music you drive to at night. It's a pretty good song though, so definitely try it out. Sperm is an artist that I quite like. He's got a new album that I'm listening to. It's quite cool, but it's very experimental. So yeah. But this song isn't really. So this song is a lot more accessible. I Miss That by Porches is a pretty good song. Pretty good Porches song, but I think Porches have fallen off in recent times. So obviously down at 97. Planet 1995 by... I don't know if this is some OPN like ripoff or a side project or something, but it's a good song. I like it. It's IDM if you're looking for something. Oh, Spoiled Citizen is up next. Syrup by Mallory Merck. It's a pretty good song. It's just like a low-key little indie pop thing. Let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah. Black and Red by Citizen. It's a pretty good song. Citizen is kind of one of those bands that's I appreciate a lot more than I listen to. I don't find myself really going out and listening to Citizen too much, but when they do release music, I'm always happy to see it, and it's always pretty good music. I like them as a band, and I hope we get more. Clockwork by North Lane. It's like an electro metal kind of song, and it's I was going to say the only metal song, but there is actually another one on here. So I don't really listen to that much metal, but North Lane in recent times has been doing some pretty good blends of metal and pop and experimental and that kind of stuff. So I've been enjoying that. I'm Not a Woman, I'm a God by Halsey. I am not a... something, I'm a frog. I don't know why I said that, but that's what I think of when I listen to this song. It's a pretty good song actually. Never really listened to Halsey before. I mean, I've listened to her more popular songs on the radio and such, but when I listened to this album and this song specifically, it kind of jumped out at me like, oh, this is like actually pretty good Halsey music, as opposed to the regular Halsey music that I've been exposed to in my life, which I don't think is that great. Here we have Always Lone by Men I Trust. One second. Sorry, I had to... had some phlegm in my throat. Okay. Always Lone by Men I Trust. Very good bass line, stringing this whole thing together. It's very low-key music, so it didn't really make its way much further than 91, but it's a very good album. And it's just very relaxing music if you just want to put it on a hangout, play some Minecraft or something. Changed by Big Thief is a very low-key folk kind of cut. It's almost branching into like kind of country sounds, but it's very, very nice, very low key. Again, very heartwarming, I think, from memory of the lyrics. I can't exactly remember the lyrics. Be Sweet by Japanese Breakfast off their album Jubilee. I really like the album. Be Sweet is very good. But again, it's similar to Citizen, where I like the band, I appreciate what they're doing, but it just doesn't really have that catch that like to really grab me in on the songs and really hook me in. But I do really love it from kind of an outside perspective. So Be Sweet is my favorite song off that album. Brockhampton making a return down at 88 with Buzzcut. Actually, it's a really good song, but I can't help but feel like either Brockhampton has fallen off in recent times or my taste has changed. It's probably a bit of both. And while I actually love this song, it doesn't really do much for me outside of me just kind of appreciating it. There's not really like a connection that I'm forming with the song or with the album even. It's probably the best song I can pick off the album, but the album's not bad. The album is not bad. We have Wonder, reimagined by Paris. It's a pretty good song. I like it. It's very fun. Very grand feeling. It's got a feeling of larger than itself, if that makes sense. We have CL, Wish You Were Here. This song is fucking heartbreaking. It's really, really heartbreaking. It's about her mom that passed away. And weirdly, the beat is really fucking sick on it. But yeah, the song is really, really sad. It's very melodramatic. Yeah. It's kind of just her asking questions like, what is it like now that you're not here? I wish you were here. All this kind of stuff. It's weirdly a bop, but it's really, really sad. So I don't know what to make out of that, but I like it a lot. I really do like it a lot. Kyoto Glitch Gum Remix. The reason why I put this on here and why it kind of takes precedence over some other songs that I say are really, really good. It is already a released song that I've already listened to a lot, so that takes it down quite a few notches, because like I'm not, my number one song isn't gonna be something that I heard in 2020. But Glitch Gum really does make it their own, and in a way that I really can't comprehend. The hyperpop version of Kyoto actually works really well. So that's kind of why it's up here, and it's very surprising. It's very good. I like it a lot. Sour by 1990 Nowhere. It's just a pretty good song. It's like indie bedroom pop, hyper pop, but not really folk. I don't know. It's like with hyper pop, I'm going to talk about this in like the top 10. There also comes hyperpop, and then also this idea of like folk and bedroom folk and kind of this bedroom indie sound as well that accompanies hyperpop. It's like there's hyperpop, and then there's also like acoustic guitar, and they're so intertwined for some artists, and it's very, very cool to see, but it's also very bizarre, like two things that I guess it wouldn't accompany. But the reason being is because acoustic guitar is so easy to attain at home, and so is like a computer, pirate software to make hyperpop or whatever. So those two things, they're probably the easiest things to get at home. That's why they're always kind of in the same kind of music. Anyway, Corbin, Cry Myself to Sleep. The beat on this song sounds like something that would be on the Outer Wilds soundtrack, which is probably the reason why I like it so much. But it's a decent Corbin album. It was disappointing because sonically nothing really developed. I almost felt like he went back a step. But still, I like this song. Hope he kind of tries to come out with something more interesting in the future. The Walls Are Way Too Thin by Holly Humberstone is 82. It's just a pretty good like bedroom pop kind of song. I think she has a lot of potential, Holly Humberstone, as an artist, but nothing that she's released has really made me kind of feel, oh my gosh, that's the next step into like true artistry and that I can be a real fan of. We're kind of just like toying around with the kind of she's still kind of growing as an artist, I think, so that's why maybe she's not as high on my list, I suppose. No Room Spinning with Charlie XX and 1975. Oh, by the way, I only tried to do one song per artist, but if the artist has multiple albums, I would do one song off each album for certain artists if I felt like they were deserving. And for No Room, this was a single, and then he's got an album, so there is another No Room song coming up. Spoiler for that. But this song, I loved it when it first came out, but it really is underwhelming. It's almost like my 3 favorite artists, or like 3 of my favorite like top 10 artists ever, really. And for the song to be this underwhelming is really, really sad to me, while it's still a really good song. So that's why it's at 81. Bloom by Great Grandpa. It's actually a really, really, really good song. But in the final minute, there's like just silence or some kind of ambience or something. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head, but it really made me hate the song, because I would put it on and I'd have to listen to like a minute and a half of silence or 2 minutes of silence or something. Ugh, I'm flying around everywhere. Okay, chill. Okay, Moth to a Flame by The Weeknd. This song's relatively new, and while I do like it a lot, it feels very reminiscent of something that might have been on I want to say Party Monster, but Starboy or something. Like, I think that was the album name. It sounds very reminiscent of something that should have been on that album, or was on that album, and then mixed with his new album. But for some reason, for me personally, it just feels like he's not taking any step forwards with his sound. It's almost like he's just going back, grabbing an idea that has already kind of been developed on a song on Starboy, I think. I can't recall the name exactly. And then just kind of dragging it forward with kind of replacing Daft Punk with Swedish House Mafia in terms of like working with a producer and sound. So while I do think it's a good song, I just feel like it's a little bit derivative in his discography. But if you in the Weeknd's discography, but if you look at it from Swedish House Mafia's point of view, it's new for them. So it's kind of, how do you judge the song? Do you judge it by the feature, which is most of the song, or by the production? We have Fly As Me, which by Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, Silk Sonic. I think Silk Sonic is a really, really good album, actually. I just kind of think it's not for me. And this is probably my favorite song off it. I'm just putting it a little bit lower than I think it probably deserves, just because it's not for me personally. But if you're a Silk Sonic fan, or a Bruno Mars fan, or Anderson .Paak fan, get on it. You should probably would put it higher. Super Normal by Everything. This is a surprisingly good song. I didn't think I would even put it on my top 100, and then when I was listening through and doing all this stuff, I heard it, and I was just drawn to listen to the entirety of the song, and it just kind of was sick, and I really loved it, so I put it on here. It's a really, really good song. And I think it's just a random single that they released this year, maybe like a B-side of their latest album, so it's a good song. Yalla by WJSN. This song is just a bop. It's just a K-pop bop. That's about all I can say on it. There is Unnatural is the lead single on this EP or mini album or whatever they call it. But I think this is actually the best song. Whereas the lead single is the one that gets all the listens. So if you like K-pop, give this song a listen. I think it's a sleeper hit in the K-pop world, but I'm not too heavily in the K-pop world, even though there is more K-pop coming. I dabble in the K-pop world, but I definitely don't hang out there for too long. Is It Really You by Loathe is a very, very good song. I think this might be 2020, actually. Some of these songs might be 2020, but I didn't put them in my 2020 list, so they're coming forward 2021. There was a few songs that I had listened to in 2020, and then when I looked back, they were 2020. I'm getting myself confused. Songs from last year, basically. There was a bunch of songs from last year. Some of them got through, some of them didn't. It's kind of dependent on how I felt about it, whether or not I knew they existed, or if it was a very popular song from last year. So, say for instance, Driver's License, which I think was a 2020 song. I would feel weird putting that in my list now, even if I hadn't listened to, because everyone knows it came out in 2020, right? I'm not tricking anybody by putting it in here. But this is a good song. I think it's like alternative rock, almost like going into post-punk a little bit, maybe. Working for the Knife by Mitski. It's just a very good song. I haven't listened to that much Mitski, even though I am quite a big fan of her when I do listen to her. And I haven't listened to the other singles, so hopefully when the album comes out, I'll be able to listen to everything and enjoy it. But for now, that's the one song I've heard, and I really like it, so it's up there. On Repeat by Goody Grace, who I've never listened to before in my life. It's got Cigarettes After Sex and Lexi Jade, who, again, I don't know who that is. I only listened to the song because it had a Cigarettes After Sex feature, but it's really good, actually. I recommend it if you like Cigarettes After Sex. I think the lead artist and the feature of Lexi Jade complement them really well, and it just kind of comes together as a pretty cool lo-fi pop song. Alien Love Call by Blood Orange and, well, Turnstile featuring Blood Orange. This is a really, really cool song. Forgive the Monsert. Yeah, this is a cool song. I like it a lot. I think the Turnstile album is really, really good, but some of the songs didn't really grab me in that kind of catchy way, memorable way. This song really did, so recommend it for anyone who wants a little bit of punk, but it's also like dream pop and punk, the album. It's very weird, but cool, good. Show Up by Samia. Love this song. It's really great. If you know Samia, it's kind of like bedroom pop artist, indie pop kind of stuff. It's cool. Singer-songwriter, whatever that means. I think this is How You Doing, or How You Do, something like that, by Hayley Williams. It's a great album, actually, but it's very, very low-key. So if you were someone that liked the album she did before, which is a bit more upbeat, a bit more something that you might expect from Paramore, this doesn't really follow through with that same style. This definitely takes it down a notch into kind of more depressing route, I suppose. He's So Good is it's an LGBT kind of like story that Trash Boat kind of made up about how like this guy's parents don't accept him because he's they find out that he's in a relationship with someone. It's a very cool song. I really like it. It's very punk, very like freaky. Fuck the homophobes, basically, in a song. Please Don't Cry, You Have Swag by Hot Mulligan. Not to be led in the wrong direction from the song title, it's actually a very like emotional kind of experience. I would say it's a very slow song up until the end, when it has this big kind of wave of sound and it all hits you after it's kind of been building up. But Hot Mulligan are iconic for having jokes as the song titles while the songs are actually very serious. And this is another one of those cases, but highly recommend it if you like pop punk. Or just kind of any punk. Hot Mulligan isn't too pop punky, so they're not too far in the pop end of punk. Charger by Elio feat Charlie XCX. Very good song. I like it. It's very fun. It's just like fun pop music, and Charlie and her really complement each other, almost to the point where they're a little bit indistinguishable at times. But if you know Charlie's voice, you'll be able to pick her out of the song. But you know, they just have very similar performances, so something that you gotta kind of be aware of. We got Meet Me at the Altar with Brighter Days Are Before Us. It's a pop punk hit. Meet Me at the Altar is a really cool band, female-led pop punk band, and they're just cool. They're really cool. I think it's 3 kids that like just finished high school or something, just having fun making pop punk, and it's working. They're getting a lot of listens and hanging out and stuff, and it's really cool to see them. And yeah, it's a cool album and it's a cool song. Doesn't do too much, like it doesn't reinvent pop punk, but you know, it's good. Alice Long Yu Gao with Bleeding in the Studio. I want to like this album a lot more than I did, But this song is really, really cool. Alice really pushes the boundaries when, you know, with her experimental sound and kind of creating this almost like new genre, but it's not really new considering how many people are doing crazy experimental stuff nowadays. But yeah, I just really like what she brings to the song. I think it's really, really cool, and I think it worked here. A couple of other songs on the album I don't think it worked, so it's very hit and miss right now, but you might be seeing more of her up above. Lights 444 by Nothing Nowhere. This song is just catchy. It's a bit like Hold On by Justin Bieber, but I have less I feel a lot less corny when I listen to this song, but it's still the same. You know, I don't really love the artist. The song is just kind of corny, but it's catchy, so hey, it's there. Super catchy. And it's a fun time. Bleed Through the Bandages by Lil Skelly and Scapegoat. It's a really good, like, alternative bedroom pop rock kind of sound. And I really love it. It's super catchy, and it's sonically just really, really cool. I haven't listened to this for a while, and I kind of dug it out of the library when trying to find songs for this list, so it's pretty good. Troye Sivan with Could Cry Just Thinking About You. I mean, it's sad. You know, it's sad gay boy song. What can I say? It's good. I think it's a little uninteresting in terms of like the sound and that kind of stuff, but I think when you know, kind of dive into the lyrics, and if you relate to it, it definitely kind of has a heartwarming and kind of not heartwarming, but if you can relate to it, you know, it gets you in your feels. Yeah, it's a very emotional experience. It's a cool song. I like it. Pisces Rising. This is a very cool song, actually. Love this song. It's kind of, she's, I think, making up a story about like internet dating and how it's like, and how she's obsessed with this person and all this kind of stuff. So it's very cool. It's a bit like Pantheress, how she has that song about being a stalker. It's a very similar kind of vibe where it's like the perspective is actually someone in an unhealthy relationship, but it's not her saying that it's bad, it's her saying that it's good. And you as the viewer are supposed to interpret that and be like, oh, this is bad, right? You're supposed to use your brain a little bit. She's My Religion by Pale Waves. Great song. It's probably, I would say I have like a top 4 or 5 songs off this album, and this is my least listened to of the top 4 or 5. But when I was going back through, I realized this song is actually really, really, really cool. I love the idea of expressing your love of someone to say like, she is my religion. I think it's really cool, and it's very catchy. It sounds great. It's a good song. Here is Alice again with Move It to the Side remix, or the song title is really weird, but the original song I can tell is quite corny and not something that I would normally listen to, but Alice adds a lot to it to make it kind of hyperpop, and she jumps on it for a verse, which I can't say I love the verse, but it definitely is. It's super interesting, and how she kind of changes the song to fit herself, I think is very respectable, and I think it's a really fun song to listen to. I like listening to it. Atlanta by Noah Gunderson and Phoebe Bridges. Obviously, I love the Phoebe part of this song. I love the part where they're both singing together, but Noah's contributions to the song I'm not the biggest fan of, so I'm kind of left a little bit wanting during his parts, but I like Phoebe's part so much that it definitely brings the song up to 58 above all this kind of other stuff, but it doesn't kind of beat the stuff above it, if that's so. Phoebe's definitely carrying most of the song here in my perspective. If you're a Noah Gunderson fan, obviously you wouldn't feel that way, and I'm sure he has a lot of fans. I've never listened to his music. We have After School by Weekly. This is just another K-pop bop. It's incredibly catchy. It's incredibly fun. if you just want something to throw on, that, you know, if you just want some fun music to listen to and just get kind of in the mood, it's very catchy. I don't know, it's everything. But it's K-pop, so it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So, and as I say that, more K-pop on the way. This is Hello, which is a cover of an older song by Joy, and it is very, very good. Much like After School, it's super catchy, super fun, just very fun, catchy K-pop. What can I say? The genre to me doesn't have to be super experimental and kind of pushing the mark. It just has to be catchy, and I enjoy it because I don't really understand the words anyway, so what do I know? We have 2010 by Earl Sweatshirt. This is Sweatshirt. In my opinion, this is the best song he's released since I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, or whatever. I don't know if that's exactly the song title. I didn't love some rap songs. It's just something about the flows on the beats. They just felt off to me, so I just couldn't really get into it. But this is a return to form for Earl Sweatshirt. I fucking love this song. I think it should go higher, but it just came out, so I'm not sure about how it's going to grow on me. You know, there's a few songs like that have just come out, so I'm a bit hesitant to put them up just in case in a month's time I'm like, oh, I don't actually really like that song as much. Good Puss by Cobra. This song is a slap. It's so good. It's fun. It's a club hit. It's everything. We're kind of at a point where everything below 50 or below 60, I would have like a small issue with it, and then this is the stuff that I like. We're getting to songs where I don't have any issues with them, and I just like them. So Good Puss, I love this song. It's really fun. It's really great. Super catchy. Things You Do to Me, I actually do have a slight issue with this song, but it's super, super good. I really love it. It's a tad corny, but hey, whatever. It's hyper pop. You kind of get what you're given. Yeah, it's really good. Bunny as a Rider, this song makes no fucking sense. And I remember when it came out, I was just like, what the fuck? What does she do? But I think she just went into the studio and wanted to make like the most fun song she could, or just, you know, have fun with it and write like whatever lyrics. So that's how we got Bunny as a Rider, and it's very fun. I like it. Rising Tide by Ali X. It's one of the deluxe songs off her older album, which she's added 4 or 5 deluxe songs. This is my favorite out of them. I have to say, kind of the opposite of 2010 by Earl Sweatshirt. I think given enough time, I'll probably get sick of this song and it would fall further down. But for now, this is where I think it deserves. It is a really, really good song. I think it deserves its place, but you know, it could grow on me or it could grow off me. Who knows? What if it doesn't end well? Chloe Moriondo. Now, I teased with having this song anywhere up into the top 10. This song almost got into like top 10 because it was one of the most played songs, this and Vapor. But after listening to it a lot more while making this list and shuffling it around, it really didn't give me much in terms of song. I really wanted Chloe to blow me away when I listened to it, and while I do think it's an amazing song, it's why it's here, it's why it's top 50, top 60, they're all amazing songs. Everything under 60 I would say kind of has some issues, or 55, I don't know. But this song, just for me, I almost was thinking, I like Chloe Moriondo, I love all of her songs, but something about her isn't gripping me like everything above her, so that's why I'm putting her down there a little bit. And then I get to Dance on My Own by Luna, which is an incredibly corny song, but it is probably the most catchy K-pop song that I've heard all year. I might bite my words if there is another K-pop song above it, which I think there might be, but it's just incredibly fucking catchy. This song in the car, it's super fun. It's just incredibly fun, super catchy. The lyrics, you know, who cares? It's K-pop. Clouds by Slater. Slater is an artist that I kind of tossing and turning on all the time. I don't know if I love Slater or if I think Slater is just good. I'm very conflicted and I don't know, but this is probably my favorite song of Troubled Paradise, which is both a great song, but it's also the album that the title. Should check it out. It's very good. I think Slater is super underrated at the moment. Nothing Else I Could Do by Ella Jane. This is a good song. But I will say, I tried to listen to any of her other music and I hated it. So it's definitely a standout song from her. It's very Great Gatsby inspired, which might sound weird, but I think it works wonders for the song. And again, it's super catchy. This song is super catchy. It's really great. Rockland by Gracie Abrams. I was really hoping Gracie would blow me away with something this year, and she had a whole album, or I think it's an EP on Spotify, but it's so long, it's an album. She just didn't really hit that crazy mark of like blowing me away with the song. But that being said, Rockland is an amazing song, and I really do love it. I just think my hopes for Gracie are so high. And the fact that she is kind of not really getting there is a little bit sad to me. Not to say she's doing a bad job, she's doing a great job, but just not quite as amazing singer-songwriter, bedroom pop, folk music as other artists, which you'll see above. We have Olympus by Sufjan Stevens and Angelo De Augustine. It's an incredible album. This album is sick. This album is so good. I struggled to find a one particular song off here because I listened to... This is a very rare case where I listen to the entire album more often than I listen to songs that I've picked out of it. From memory, this is my favorite song. If I had to rate albums of the year, this would probably be top 5. But in terms of song, I have to take it down just a little bit because I'm not... Particular songs don't jump out at me on the track list. So Shy, Purity Ring. Really good song. If you like Purity Ring, you like this song. If you don't like Purity Ring, you should give it a go. I think it's worth it. It's a good song. Renegade by Big Red Machine, which is basically Bon Iver, I think. Some kind of side project. I don't know too much about it, but this is the song with Taylor Swift on it. It's a very good song. It feels more like a Taylor Swift song featuring Bon Iver or Big Red Machine, but whatever, that's fine. It's a good song. I really like it. Yeah, it's a little bit not... for me personally, it's not very memorable, but when I do listen to it, I do enjoy it a lot, so kind of why it's here. Maybe it's just because I don't associate Big Red Machine very much with Taylor Swift. I don't know, but whatever. I-70 by Jeremy Zucker on the album Crusher. I fucking hate this album. This is the only song off the album that I like. The album sucks. Don't listen to it. The album's horrible. But this song is good. This song is very, very good. And I'm confused. How did a song this good get on an album this bad? Who knows? Listen to it. Tell me what you think. Empathy by Lauren Aquilina with a Muna remix. Never listened to the normal song. Don't even know what it sounds like. I don't want to ruin the song for me, so I've not listened to it, but this came on my Spotify radio or something, and it's a really, really, really good song. I like it so much. It's very fun. And yeah, it's a good remix. Yippee Yay by Amine. This fun song, super fun. His 2.5 album, I love it. It's super fun the whole way through. Short songs, kind of hyper pop inspired in weird ways, but it's super kind of experimental. I love Amine pushing the boundaries of what he can do and what's expected of him, and then he kind of just goes another random route. And I think the album's super fun. It's just all the songs have really fun concepts. I mean, Yippee Yay, I think, is about him barking like a dog. something like that. It's weird, but anyway, Just For Me, Pink Pantheress, great song. I had this shit on repeat for like an hour. Got that package delivered. I think this is my grandparents' gift that I ordered on Amazon, but anyway, yeah, Pink Pantheress. This is really good song. I used to listen to the leak for like an hour on repeat, which is really fun. Really good song. We have a VTuber song. Yeah, it's a VTuber song. I actually don't watch Gorgura anymore. It's basically like a girl that plays games with like a VTuber thing on, where it tracks her face, you can like move around. I think she's fine as like a let's player or whatever, you know, pretty funny, pretty whatever. But this song is actually really good. I listened to it kind of as a joke, just curious about what kind of Gura's songwriting abilities would be and like the creation of the song, but weirdly it's like an amazing song, so give it a shot if you're curious what that would sound like. Bruja by Arca. Admittedly, I haven't listened to much of the Kick series, so this is kind of just something that I have heard on it, and it's my favorite. But I love when she incorporates vocals with the album. I think it is very hard for her to be super off kilter when there's vocals as well. It's almost like you have to keep some kind of rhythm into the song if you're gonna have vocals. So I love Arca songs where there is vocals, because she tends to stay and keep a rhythm going. Other songs on here, I do appreciate Arca songs where there's, you know, it's just completely off the wall, bonkers, but like I do prefer to get some rhythm. It just increases the listenability of Arca songs a lot. Days Like Lost Dogs by Christian Leave. This song is so good. So good. I love it so much. Yeah, it's a really good song. I like it. Enough for You, Olivia Rodrigo. I was gonna pick something else off the album, but this song is just kind of what I always come back to if I want to listen to one Olivia Rodrigo song. And it's a nice like little kind of ballad thing. It's not really a ballad, I don't know, singing. Singer-songwriter song. I don't know, it's sad, it's good. It's a good story, it ties in with the rest of the album, whatever. It's very my style of song. Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA. A really, really, really good song. I love this song so much. I think they both complement each other so well. I like the energy of the song. It's really great. I think it's a really good song. What I Want by Flight Facilities featuring Broods. This song is it's very like summery EDM kind of dance song. Super fun, super summery. I listen to it a lot driving around in Forza, so I had this like perfect aesthetic to listen to the song and play the game, so that's probably why I like it so much. But yeah, it's definitely up there. This album by Flight Facility is actually really good. If you want some dance music or some summery, you know, vibes, go listen to that. Telepath by Conan Gray. I don't want to make any bold, crazy statements, but I think this might be his best song. Maniac is the second best, or maybe the best. I'm not sure. These two songs are kind of tied. I haven't given them enough time and space to really differentiate between the two, but Telepath is really, really great. It's not like the Heather style of Conan Gray where it gets all sad and slow. It's kind of melancholy, but there's definitely a lot of kind of tempo to the song, and it's very fun. I like it. But yeah, there's a lot of introspection and stuff as well. The idea being he's a telepath, he knows what his ex is gonna do. It's pretty fun. It's a bit like Maniac, kind of that up-tempo song with a down-tempo idea, I suppose. Justified by Casey Musgraves. It's a good song. The album? No, not that great. The lead single, Justified, really good song. That's all I have to say about that. The Dress by Dijon. This shit is catchy. This shit is fun. This shit is sensual, sexual. This is a great song. It's a great song. It's really fun, really. His vocals on this thing are just like ear candy. It's ear candy, I would say. If you like catchy, hooky vocals or anything like that, should go for that. Cologne by Bia de Budubudui. This shit slaps. This shit is so good. I had to hold myself back from putting this at like top 10. You know, other songs are just so deserving, but I think this song, I was like blown away by it. It's so good. And I think she's really underrated. I think this song is really great, and hopefully she keeps making cool shit like this. Mirror by Porter Robinson. Porter Robinson, this album, Nurture, is really, really cool. Mirror being my favorite song off the album. It's electronic music, so if you like that, electro pop, electronic, give that a shot. It's really cool. What was the last thing you said? Is like a down-tempo hyperpop song, but it's like the sad corner of hyperpop. It's super cool. It's like a breakup song reminiscing about like the last words that a person had said to you before you broke up with them and never saw them again. It's really good. Something for Two by Magdalena Bay on Mercurial World. This, again, a bit like the Sufjan Stevens album. This is an example of a song that I really do love, but I appreciate the album more. If I had a top 3 albums of the year, this would definitely be, well, I don't know, but it'd be top 10, right? Probably top 5, top 10. But there's no like super standout songs. This is probably my favorite. But yeah, there's a lot of songs on there. A lot of people like Cherry as well. I was almost going to put on here, but who knows. American Graffiti. This shit is catchy. This shit is catchy. But it's not much else. I will give it that. It's not much else, but it's catchy. It's maybe the catchiest song on this whole top 100, but there might be more. I'm almost forgetting my top 25, but yeah, it's a super catchy pop punk song. I'm not gonna say it's the most interesting thing I've ever heard, but it's super catchy and I like it a lot. Sisyphus by Quereka. This song is sick. It is super well produced. It is so grand. His rapping is really nice on it, and I really like it. I think it's an amazing song, and I hope he makes more like this in the future. Good Ones, Charlie XCX. A lot of people probably thinking, like, down at 23, Charlie has been disappointing me with this one, but it's not that I'm disappointed by Good Ones, but I just think it's a really good song, but I just think it doesn't really have that, like, that pizzazz, that real like powerhouse, that big dog fighting power to get up into the top 20s and even the top 10s. But I do like the song a lot, so hopefully there's some songs off her new album that can punch through the top 10 on next year's top 100. I do like the song though. Eat by Poppy. Holy fuck, this song is crazy. This song is insane. It is a metal song by Poppy, which was a NXT soundtrack that she did, and it was very bizarre for me. I didn't know it was coming. Maybe she announced it or something, but this song is so crazy. I love it. I think it is so sick, and I hope she does more like it because it's super fresh. It's new. It's nice. of course, we're gonna have this. All right, whatever. The Funny Feeling, Phoebe Bridges. She only released 2 songs solo this year, I think, which is this and then a cover of the Christmas cover that she did more recently. I like them both a lot, but this one just kind of edged out to be a little bit better. It being a Bo Burnham song, I've not listened to the original, so maybe I don't know, maybe that's helping it not be so corny or something, but I really do like it. I think the lyrics are introspective and funny and depressing, and it's just cool. I like it, and she does absolute wonders for the song. I think if it was sung by Bo Burnham, I wouldn't like it so much, which is why I've not listened to his original, out of fear that it would make me think it's corny or something. Tropic Laurel by Baths. This song is weird in concept, but it's really, really good. I think the concept of it is it's a song for his future child, which he hasn't had yet. And he's kind of talking about what life in the garden would be like with his child. Very kind of strange. And maybe he does have a child and I'm misinterpreting the experience of him going into the song, but it's super cool. It's very heartwarming. It's super lovely. It's probably the nicest song on the top 20. Or even probably top 50. Super heartwarming. Just like nice family vibes. Yeah, it's just him talking about how much he loves his kid, or he will love his kid. When She Comes Around, No Rome. The song is really, really sick. I love it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's a good No Rome song. I kind of hoped, just like Charlie XCX, that he would punch the top 10s this year with something, but still a great album and a great song. So, How Rude by Aries. Again, I'm probably going to say this a bunch, but I wish he would have had just some kind of crazy songs that just super catchy, super Aries. I think his new album, while I do enjoy it, is not as good as his first Welcome Home. However, I do think this is the best song off there. Super catchy, love it so much. There's a beat switch kind of towards the back end of it. Super love it. Super love it. Yeah, I do. I super love it. Together by Muramasa. Now, this song kind of just came out, so I don't know if I'm placing it in a weird spot. These 3 songs just came out, so it is kind of hard for me to make sure I'm putting them where they deserve to be, because I have to account for, I've heard good ones for so long, and I've heard Tropic Laurel for so long, and I've heard American Graffiti for so long. Months and months longer have I had to sit on these songs than these songs, but kind of taking my judgment, I think Together is a really, really, really great song. I've kind of missed Muramasa. He's been releasing some pretty inconsistent stuff recently, I think, and I'm happy to say this song is seeming like he's going in a direction that I enjoy, so let's hope he keeps it up. Hold No Grudge, best Lorde song of Solar Power, hands down. Close second would be Stoned at the Nail Salon, and then about a kilometer, and then the rest of the album. Maybe Solar Power somewhere in that kilometer or something, but yeah, this song is really, really great. I actually had this at number 4 for a long time while making this list, and then I thought about it and I was like, I think I'm hyping this song up too much, so I listened to it and compared it to other stuff, took it down a little bit, so maybe it deserves to go higher, but for now this is where I'm putting it. League of Legends. It's pretty much just a Paris song made for League of Legends, but it's so good. This is such an amazing song. If this doesn't get you hyped up, if this doesn't get you pumped, if you don't blare this in the car and you just get ready to fucking game or like drive or do whatever you gotta do, put this song on, turn it the fuck up, you will do whatever you want to do. You will achieve success. Asking for a Friend by Churches. No. Yeah, by Churches. What the fuck? I thought I said it the wrong way. Really, really great song. I had a bunch of different Scream Violence songs that I was kind of shuffling in and out of here, and it's a bit like the Magdalena Bay stuff and the Sufjan Stevens stuff, where I think the album is actually, well, I think this is a top 3 album of the year, but, or maybe not, maybe top 5. So many albums that I actually enjoy this year. But there's not one particular song that hugely jumps out at me, but I think this is probably the best one. So it's at number 14. I love it so much. It's a really great album. Go listen. The only song off the album I don't really love is California. So Sun Goes Down by Lil Nas X. I think this song is super underrated. It came out as a single and I almost heard nobody talking about it. It's a really, really good song. It's pretty depressing. It's very introspective on Nas X, so if you don't care about him, you might not care about this song, but I think it's really great. And the melodies on this thing, my god, the melodies are so good. Hanger, I don't know, by 8485. This song is just really, really sick. It's kind of all about like being stuck in one place, I think, from memory of the lyrics, and not ever really being able to get out. It's kind of hyper pop inspired, but again, it has that low key sound that a lot of like the depressing hyper pop has. I don't know if that has its own kind of definition or I'm just talking out of my ass, but Silk Chiffon by Muna featuring Phoebe Bridges. I'm kind of sad that it's so low. It's at 11, but I feel like it is so low comparative to the amount of times I've listened to it, the amount of enjoyment I've gotten out of it. I love this song to death. It's just like the songs above it are so good too. And with that being said, Del Mar County Fair 2008 by Underscores. Holy fuck, this is the fucking year of Underscores, and it's the year of another artist who I'm not onto their songs yet, but when I do get there, holy fuck. Underscores are absolutely killing it between this album and another one, which might be up above somewhere. This is probably my favorite song off this album, but the fish song off this album is actually incredible. It's about a random fish that was in the fucking Philippines museum or something. I don't know, but I love it. This song is super cool. It's like that acoustic hyperpop depressing sound, but hey, whatever. It's really sick. That's probably my favorite corner of hyperpop, is that like depressing acoustic blend, which we see a lot of from Underscores, which is kind of why they're like my favorite. Delete Zeke. They're on a fucking roll this year with 2 albums, as well as Underscores having 2 albums. This song is fucking incredible. This song is so sick. There's another song that's even more incredible that's above it, but I will say, if you like any and all hyperpop, please give both of these artists a listen. They're my favorite. They're so sick. Can't recommend them enough. This song is amazing. Plastic Doll Ash Nico remix. This shit is just unbelievably catchy. There isn't a world where I won't want to listen to this song, and when I am listening to it, there isn't a world where I won't sing along or just kind of mouth along to the words or anything. This shit is, I take it back. This is the most catchy song of the year. American Graffiti, you've been fucking dethroned. This shit is so good. Replay of Dawn of Chromatica as well with Dorian Electra, I think I'm getting that right, just from memory. Is good, but I think this is better, so be that as it may. Gone by Rose. I think this is such a fucking, it's like a singer-songwriter song. I think it's so catchy. I think it's so it's just filled with like energy. It's so polished. It's incredible, really. I actually had On the Ground here in place of this, especially for most of the year, but this is kind of like the song that grew on me a lot, and On the Ground was very face value, so I think I'm gonna take this song. I love it so much. I think Rose absolutely killed it on these 2 singles. Delete fucking Zeke, he's back again. Song number 2 on the list, top 6. I had this song at number 3 for the longest time, and I felt like I had to move it down. Not because the song is bad, but because I was like, I need to chill out on the Delete Zeke stuff, or I'm gonna screw the whole scoring system up with like 1 and 2 being Delete Zeke or something. So I put it down a little bit because I thought I want to give the songs with the other artists and stuff, kind of let them shine. Plus, this song just came out, but holy fuck, this song is absolutely incredible. This album is absolutely incredible. Delete Zeke, they are one of my favorite artists out. Check them out. Yeah, so good. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. So good. All Too Well, 10-minute version. How can I not put this on my top 5? I originally had, these 2 swapped. Well, I had Movies for Guys up further, but I had these 2 swapped. And I thought, hey, how can I not put Taylor Swift in top 5? This song and Nothing New, Phoebe Bridges, very interchangeable. I almost put them both on here, but then I thought it's quite redundant. I think All Too Well 10-minute version is just like slightly better, while still feeling like a new song. It had already come out. The 10-minute version feels very new, and it doesn't feel like a cover or a rendition or anything. It feels, and especially for me, because I was late to the All Too Well party. The original I only listened to this year as well, so for me this feels completely 2021, which is why it's on here. But of course the 10-minute version is fucking amazing. What do you want me to say? Gunk by Underscores. Holy fuck, are they killing it this year? This song is absolutely fucking bananas. It starts with a dubstep drop and then goes into like a folk singer-songwriter song, and it's just so crazy. I love Underscores so much. The enthusiasm that I talk about these should tell you how much I think, they're amazing. And these artists have just started out. These are, first album, second album. Like, the amount of growth that these artists are going to be able to go through the next few years, assuming they keep making music, which I really hope they do, I'm scared how good that music is going to get. And I'm scared maybe it will not turn out as good as I hope, but whatever. The song itself, Legend by Alice Longyao and Alice Glass. This is just my banger of the year. It is just absolutely my banger of the year. There's not another song on this playlist that just doesn't get me fucking lit like this song does. And Burn It All Down is like inspiring gamer, whatever, but Legend is just like lit. It's just so fucking fun. It's so fun. It's so braggadocious. It's so loud. It's everything. It's everything I want out of a banger, and they just absolutely killed it. I think it's such a good song. Harbor by Clairo. I think it's the best song off Sling. Sling, obviously an amazing album. Harbor being an absolutely amazing song. I think Clairo going folk was probably one of the best things to happen in 2021. But this song absolutely blows it out of the water. Blouse is a strong contender. Reaper is a strong contender. Wade is a strong contender. Just for Today is a strong contender. They're all top songs. They could all be up here on the top, but only one song is gonna make it. Everyone knows what that one song is. The song that I listen to all the fucking time. Yeah. What can I say? It's I don't even really like much other songs off her album. I like Oxytocin, I like NDA, I like Billy Bossa Nova, whatever it is. But holy fuck, is this a good song. This song just I'll never get bored of it. I'll never get tired of listening to it. I'll always want male fantasy on. If someone puts on male fantasy, I'm turning up. I'm turning the fuck up. It's not a song they even turn up to. But my gosh, do I think she completely outdid herself on this song. It's an incredible song. I'm so glad she was able to make it. I'm so glad I made it on the album because I think it's super deserving. And it's obviously not like a single. It's not something that people particularly go towards. I think its listens are probably going to be quite low in terms of other songs on the album. But my God, do I think it's the absolute best song she's ever put out. Yeah, I think it's amazing. And yeah, so if I want to do like my top albums, just kind of off the top of my head, Sling number 1, and yeah, no, Sling number 1, probably Fishmonger second, and Screen Violence third, and then other stuff. But so that's kind of the 1, 2, and 3. I would say Sling, Fishmonger, Screen Violence, Underscores, and Churches being the other 2 artists besides Clary on the top 3. Yeah, so I hope that was kind of fun. I don't know, just thought I'd make a little video. Yeah, I hope you guys well, this is my top songs, and it's very weird because this song wasn't on my top, this song wasn't on my top, this is an old song, this song wasn't on my top, this song wasn't on my top, this is an old song, last year, this song didn't make it on, old, this song didn't make it on. I don't even know what this song is. I do, but I don't know why it's so high up on there. Not Intentions. I only found that fucking this year. I don't care what anyone says. That's a good song. Yeah, bye. Thanks. Thank you.